What's up, everybody? Welcome to The Loud Spot. I'm your host, Sebastian Cosme, right out of Oklahoma City. Today, we have a very cool podcast for you guys tonight. I'm sitting here with Shawn Peter from the band The Ghost Town Rebellion. What's up, man?
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
I'm just excited to get you guys on the show. To be honest with you, I remember when I first sent you an email, or I sent you a message on Facebook. And I said, hey, can I play some of your music? And you sent me a song. You didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I was doing. So I think you're the second band to send me a song from bands I didn't know. So.
I'm just happy to share my music. If anyone asks me can I have one of your songs? I'm just like, sure,
Play it.
More than to listen to it. If people like my music, that just makes me feel good.
Yeah. Dude, I haven't been in a band in a long time, and I kind of miss that feeling. And I don't know how you do it because you're busy. I'm busy. Like, I wouldn't even have time. I barely have time to do this podcast, So that song you have, Diamond Queen, that has a really cool music video to it. When did you guys make that video?
We shot it in July. My guitar player had a mutual friend down in the Delta, down by Clarksburg on the Sacramento County side, and he lived right on the river in the middle of a peach orchard, and he's like, dude, I got the perfect spot to go film this. And so we went out there on the fly and then shot it in like 2 or 3 hours, so it was really, really quick.
That's fast, yeah.
Yeah, like we just did straight takes of the whole song, and then with his video editing genius, he spent about a month and a half editing it.
Yeah. So I do make a little bit of music with a buddy of mine who's a producer, and we just have fun with it, But he sits there, and he'll sit there for like 2 to 3 months sometimes, editing, adding things, changing things. Yeah. I try to sit through just like an hour with him, and I was like, dude, no, I'm out. I don't have patience for that.
I do all the audio stuff mostly. That song actually was produced by Michael Rosen. Most people know him through bands like Papa Roach, Journey, Rancid, etc. And I met him about 10 years ago, and we started working with him about 2.5 years ago, recording. And so he's been kind of bringing us up to the next level, which has been awesome.
Dude, it is so... you guys must be... I know you guys can't go on tour right now because of everything. We kind of talked about that a little bit. Are there, even any venues you can play? Because Sacramento has, a lot of cool little bars and things like that,
Well, Sacramento's, everything's pretty much shut down. They're starting to do some outdoor kind of stuff, small groups, social distance and stuff. But as far as the bar scene goes and playing inside of a bar or inside venue, we're probably not going to see that until probably sometime early next year at least.
Yeah, man, and that's kind of sucks too because I'm actually from. I lived in Sacramento for a little bit. I'm from Vacaville. So, but I've lived in Davis and Sacramento, and the Sacramento scene has some of the coolest music, and your band just adds to that. I want to go ahead and play Diamond Queen right now since we only got 45-minute podcast, and I want to get some of your songs knocked out, and I have some pretty good questions for you. So, here is Diamond Queen from the Ghost Town Rebellion. Yeah, man, that song is catchy, dude. Do you write all the songs?
Mike, my other songwriting partner, he's the other vocalist that you see with the guitar player. We're the key songwriters, but the whole band actually writes together. So Mike and I will come up with the main idea, and then we bring it to the band. We kind of jam it out, so we're happy with the structure, and then we go in the studio, and then the song will change to what the producer wants to do with it.
Well, it's very your cadence on all your songs. I listened to them. You have a really unique cadence style and the way you sing, and I think that really brings the band to the next level because of what you're doing with your vocal style.
Yeah, it's just something that Mike and I sing in the same timbre completely. So like, on that song he was singing the chorus lead, and I sing on the verses lead, and then during the verses he's doing harmonies, and during the choruses I'm doing the harmonies. So
who would you say like your main musical influences are? Because your style is very different. It's very your own. Like if I said what does that sound like? I would say it sounds like the Ghost Town Rebellion. You know, there's not really another band to compare it to. But what would be some of your like major influences, I guess, when it comes to songwriting and producing?
Songwriting, producing, you know, it's gonna be very cliche. Like, you know, like Beatles, Beach Boys, Led Zeppelin, you know, Foo Fighters, Nirvana, Smashing Pumpkins.
For sure.
And then the band itself is very, very eclectic. We listen to a lot of things. Like I think last couple of years, what's been in my CD player, like El King or Nathaniel Rateliff and Night Sweats, or we really like the Record Company. And then we listen to a lot of bands from Sacramento too that no one will ever hear unless they put out, and then we kind of like, that's the cool thing about Sacramento is like half the people at any given show are from any other band, and they could be a hip hop band or a country artist or rock artist or whatever it is, and then everybody just kind of goes to everybody's show still, which is still really cool, and that's been going on since as far as I know, and
sure.
We all really support each other. So, and then we all, like, vibe off each other, too. So it's like, oh, they did that. You know, like, we'll put, like, a hip-hop beat or something, or a hip-hop record's going to go, like, well, I like that little country twang that this band over here did because we were at their show the other day, and they seemed like cool people, and we liked their music.
And you're pretty talented because you play, I mean, I saw that you played the banjo.
Yeah.
You play the trumpet, right?
Yeah, I was in the orchestra when I was a kid for like 6 years.
You sing? What other instruments do you play?
I can play bass. I used to play drums till I broke my wrist, and I got my chops back after I did that. And then just basic stuff on the keyboard. And then I also play euphonium, which is like a small version of the tuba. So I can play trumpet and euphonium.
Man, how old are you?
44.
So. Well, hell, man, you don't look 44. I thought you were going to say like 32 or something. I was going to say, but 44, and so you probably really know all your instruments. I mean, you probably know them very well.
I I would say so. Like, if I'm going to pick something up, I mean, Mike and I also both play lap steel. So, like, if I'm going to pick something up,
That's cool.
I want to learn. I want to learn it. I'm going to practice it. And so, I'm happy with at least learning the basics of an instrument, because I've always been into, like, a wall of sound when it comes, like, growing up and playing in the orchestra. You want to sound like an orchestra in your band, especially when we're recording. When we throw everything, including the kitchen sink, into a recording. So each song could have, like, as little as like 15 tracks, or as high as like 50. I mean, we could have just like one instrument for like 10 seconds in part of the song, but it's like, well, we felt like that needed to be there.
Right. So, do you play banjo in your songs with the Ghost Town Rebellion?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I don't play. There's usually always one or two songs on each record that will have a banjo part.
Man, so how long has the band been together?
I started working on the project about 7 years ago. A band called A Single Second, and we toured the United States for a good 13 years, playing everything from the East Coast all the way to the West Coast, and back and forth constantly. And that band just kind of stopped. We didn't break up; it just kind of stopped. And musically, I wanted to go in a different direction, adding like more of Americana feel and going back to my roots of like blues and like folk music, but still wanting to be a heavy rock band. So. Our fans kind of call us grit rock, so it's kind of like grungy, swampy, and bluesy.
It is. That's a good name for it. 'Cause I couldn't really classify, because I was thinking, they're kind of alternative, but they also have some of that bluegrass kind of feel. It's definitely rock, obviously, but it's very, like I said before, a very unique style. I think you guys must have a lot of fans. Every time you put something out there, I'm sure you get thousands of people that want to listen to it.
Our fan goes from like little kids to like people in their 60s and 70s, and they come to shows. It's like, which is really cool. So we have something for everybody. If we play a show by ourselves, we'll play for 3 straight hours nonstop. So we'll open up for ourselves acoustic, and then as the younger crowd starts coming in, then the older crowd kind of weeds out, and then the amplifiers turn on, and then it's like a full rock show for a couple hours.
That is so cool, man. I love it. If you guys ever come, huh?
If we're playing late at night and the bar's thinning out, then we kind of bring it back down again,
If you guys ever come to Oklahoma City, shoot me a message, because I will go to your show. I promise you I will go to your show. So,
the Midwest and the Southwest was on the tour. We had bookings and stuff, but because of COVID, we literally, since March, have not played 80 shows.
God, man, that is so horrible. That is.
We usually play about 150 shows to 200 shows a year and we do right now we were doing the entire Pacific Northwest for about 5 straight years. And we actually had our first Southern California and Southwestern dates booked, and then it all stopped. We literally were in the middle of a 30-day tour when COVID happened.
Man, COVID's messed up with so many things for so many people. I want to play your song, The Fall. And then I got some more good questions for you. Okay, this song is called The Fall. Hey, and Shawn, thank you for doing this podcast. We really appreciate it.
Oh, anytime, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me. I really enjoyed doing this.
Yes, sir. Let's go.